Hey everyone, welcome to another Sit Down with Spirit. I'm Rita G, and tonight we're going over some information about guardian angels and spirit guides. So let's do it.
Is that
Do
new Lily artwork on the wall there?
you love it?
Yeah.
Look at that. There's these things that you peel and then, it gives you the picture and then you got to place everything the right
Oh,
way on it. I love it.
huh.
I love it. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Look at all these lovely faces in the house. Kelly, what are you eating? You're making me hungry now.
Just a little apple, cheese, and walnuts.
Oh, a charcuterie board.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Italian way is the antipasto. Who needs a charcuterie board when you have antipasto? Come on. Really? They make this shit up as they go along. Say the truth. How is everybody tonight?
Good.
Good, good, good. Kim loves to be in the dark. Look at her. All right, so Lynn, this is your gig tonight, man. We did this whole
Oh,
in-depth thing on guardian angels, spirit guides. Damn.
thank you.
They took me all over the place with this one.
Well, it's ironic because today on Instagram, like unprompted, I came across a post that said your guardian angels are with you over multiple lifetimes. It's not just like, individual lifetimes. That guardian angel is with you your entirety, which I would never have guessed.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go over that. We'll definitely go over that. Yeah, so it was interesting. Like I thought, oh, this is, kind of clear cut 45 pages later. It became like a freaking book over here that they were showing me. Um, but before we begin, I want to say that next week, um, Katie, who most of you know as the astrologer, right? You guys have met her, seen her before. Well, Nadine, I know because you're new, you haven't, but she's an amazing astrologer. Anyway, she's going to come on and talk about what's going on right now with everything because of the war and all the energy that's flying around that everybody's feeling so out of sorts with. So she's going to explain what's going on in the astrology world and also probably do like a little guided mini meditation to help us clear as we're going. This way you have that, you can listen to that. So I'm not asking you what you want next week. Just that's really what I'm saying. That's what you're getting. She was like, because I was with her on Sunday. We were doing a healing and messages and Caroline and Sue were there. And so we were talking afterwards and I said, what talk to me. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, oh, forget it. It's like beyond. I'm like, I think everybody would want to hear this. What do you think? Everybody wants to hear it?
Yes.
Yeah? All right.
Also, Rita, I just wanted to chime in for 2 seconds. I've been with you probably 2 years now. It's Monica.
Monica, where are you? I can't even find you
I'm over
here.
here. I'm just doing dishes with this time change. I can't.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Go ahead, hon.
I'm just saying. I really just, honest to God, wanted to thank you for I look back. I think it's 3 years now since I read your book. I want to say,
Ah,
and I've been on the Zoom. Remember at the back of the book, the Zoom. It says whatever. It says you have a Zoom, and I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
things that you provide, like you're saying now.
yeah.
I can't tell you. Like it's been so pivotal in my life. Like tears are coming.
Ah,
But I'm saying there's so much going on right now.
yeah.
That's
It's
a lot.
it's unbelievable. People are just,
That's why I'm saying thank you for providing your services, and
of
it's
course.
amazing what you teach us. I'm just telling you before we get started.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I look forward to it.
I love it.
You
I
know,
love it. You guys are like family now to me. It's like, hey, Deb, it's been a minute. Meeting Debbie's
Hi.
food, like, forget about it.
It's nice to see you. It's nice to see everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, so there's a few new people on. We got Teresa, Nadine, Debbie B over here. Yeah. Kelly, you've been here for a little bit, right? Yeah, Anna. Yeah,
Yep, this is 1 month. This is, I think, my fourth one.
cool.
Mhm.
All right. All right, so let's get started. Guardian angels, spirit guides. Here we go. I'm going to start with the guardian angels first. So, guardian angels are considered divine beings. They've never been human. They are assigned to protect and watch over you. They are part of the angelic realm, okay, connected directly to God's source energy. Spirit guides, souls that have lived human lives. These could be your ancestors, a wise teacher that you had, a healer that you were connected to, any spiritual master that lived in the life. These people help you evolve on your path, and they can be interchanged as the life goes on. So the one you had maybe in the beginning when you first got here, they may have done their work and they're moving on to the next person, and then somebody else will come in for you. And the reason why they're so important is because they were human and they understand our struggles here. Okay, they get it, they've lived the lives, but they've evolved enough where they don't have to come back to earth if they don't want to, and they could just come as helpers from the spirit world. Okay, and again, this could be even family members. The guardian angels role, their major role is for protection. So they help prevent harm, they guide you away from danger, they intervene when they feel that anything, unless you have a karmic thing that you have to experience, or you wrote it into the contract. Otherwise, they are there to protect you. And they also bring you guidance on the path. So they're very pivotal in helping in that way. Hold on, let me listen for a second. So like I'm looking at the group here, and like most of you have two guides. I'm seeing some with one guardian angel, some with two. Really depends on what you came in with into the life. So when it comes to the spirit guides, they're here to help us with our life lessons, our soul purpose, our spiritual awakening, and our intuitive development. So they have very clear roles. And Lynn, they're going to stop me for a second and ask you if there's anything in particular that you wanted to know.
Well, yeah, I'm so curious about so many things. But for example, when I first came to you, one of the first sentences you said to me, when spirit sends someone to me. So was that my spirit guide sending me to you, or was that your spirit guide being like, she needs to go to Rita, or were they collaborating?
Usually they collaborate.
Okay.
Usually they collaborate, and somehow people make appointments. That's usually how it goes. The minute someone makes an appointment, spirit's already working with them for what they need.
Interesting.
Okay. So when you're ready, it's
Yep.
like the teacher appears, right?
Yep.
Students ready, teacher appears.
That's so
That's how it
interesting.
works.
So how many spirit guides do I have?
Right now I'm looking at two.
Interesting.
Yeah, most of you have two. A couple of you have one. I don't see three on anybody yet. So yeah, I'm looking at two. Now the spirit guides, they usually communicate through dreams. They give you signs. You get that deep intuition. They'll come in your meditations. It's like an inner knowing. Those are your spirit guides working with you. Okay. As I'm talking, if anybody has questions, please feel free to raise your hand. Now, guardian angels assigned to you at birth. Okay. Stay with you your entire lifetime. Usually you have one or two primary guardian angels. Again, depending on what you chose in the life. I think I have a dozen, to be honest with me. But again, some people go through massive amounts of change and shifts and all kinds of things. And Sometimes they'll have 3 guardian angels connected to them. Okay. And multiple spirit guides too. Now, the spirit guides, like I was saying, they could change throughout the life. They don't, some of them will show up right at the beginning. They can stay for a decade and then they're gone. They can stay for 2 years and they're gone. Or they can last 20, 25 years, depending on your soul contract. So a healing guide, now there's different types of guides, right? A healing guide comes to you maybe during the dark night of the soul. There'll be a specific healing guide that'll come. When you're having a spiritual awakening, that'll be your teaching guide. When you're working through something with family lineage, that's your ancestral guides. Okay. Now, how Spirit described this before to me was these 2 energies, the guardian angel, the spirit guides, have a very different signature to them, or what you would call an energy signature, right? So a guardian angel is very high in vibration, light, loving, peaceful, often very protective and expansive. Okay. A spirit guide feels more personal. You can have a conversation with them. Sometimes they have distinct personalities. You can like laugh with them, cry with them, whatever. They're more like you and me because they lived that human life. Make sense? Okay. I have a question for everybody. I got a new computer, and the only reason why I'm asking is because it's popping up. I'm getting text. Can someone hear the ding when I get a text? No, then hopefully it's not being recorded. Because it pops up on my screen with a ding, and I want to make sure it's not being recorded on this. So, okay. The bottom line is, oh, Monica, go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I had one quick question. Like, I understood what you said so far, but like, say my friend that just passed in December, like she's by me now, guide me and help me, but I mean, it gets a little choppy in my mind because I'm a medium, so I'm thinking she's just helping me in the spirit world. But what you're saying just now was that, you know, she could be that she's my spirit guide now,
Yeah,
not just my
100%.
friend. You know what I mean? Like as a medium, like I feel she's guiding me to things. So, you know,
Yeah, 100%. And don't forget, they know and respect free will.
right.
So above anything else, it's really you having to call them in and say, hey, I need help here.
That's exactly what I did.
I
Right.
need help. So they will answer every single time. Every single time they will do what they can to help in any way they can. They cannot mess with the contract. They can't change anything, but they can give you the support that you need. Any questions so far?
That goes for both for guides and for guardian angels about free will, and
Oh yeah.
goes for
Yeah.
both.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let me listen. Where do they want to go next with this? I had it and I lost it. All right. There are 7 different types of spirit guides. You don't have to write it down if you don't want to because it's being taped. But the first one is called the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper. This is usually your primary guide, okay? Who's been with you most of your life. The role is to protect your energetic field. It decides what spirits can come through when you're doing like mediumship, psychic work, or just meditation, okay? It acts as the main organizer to your spirit team. So we have the gatekeeper. Psychics and mediums will also find this one like primed and ready, this gatekeeper. And sometimes we may want to call, like sometimes I'll call an Archangel Michael, even though he's an angel, but I tell him, I need you as my gatekeeper when I'm doing this like large room of people, only let in those with, you know, the highest light and love. So signs that you're connecting with them, like a strong presence during the meditation. This is for the gatekeeper, strong presence during the meditation, a feeling of being watched over, like you know someone's watching over you. They will often appear in your dreams early on in your spiritual awakening. All right, number 2, the teacher guide. This guide helps you to learn and walks you through your spiritual evolution. They often arrive when you are studying or teaching something new. So like a psychic development class, spiritual understanding, maybe something philosophical, life lessons, whatever it is. These are the guides that are coming in, okay? Some have multiple teacher guides, depending on their path here. Now, the protector guides, they work closely with your guardian angels. They help protect your energy, whether you're getting worked on or you are working on someone. And it helps to they help to release any negative energies that are in your energy. The healer guide. These guides assist in emotional, physical, and energetic healing. So when you're healing any type of trauma, when you're doing energy work, or when you're helping others heal, same thing. They feel, energetically, they feel very compassionate and loving, that energy. Now, the joy guide. Love this one. This one helps you to remember your playfulness. This one activates your inner child. This one says, don't forget to be light, humorous, childlike, creative. We don't do enough of that. So I suggest you call on joy every day. Okay? Anybody got a question so far? Yes, Lynn.
I feel like when I call on my spirit guides and when I talk to them and I say, show me, help me, I don't feel like I get anything back.
Well, what you get back may not be what you're looking for as far as the answer.
Okay.
Right? And believe me, sometimes it's super subtle. Like there are times where I say to them, you need to drop it on me like a fucking brick house.
Yeah, that's
Like,
interesting.
I need to know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
don't give me this little fluff,
yeah,
right? When I'm in that place and I need to know, it's like, don't fluff me. Like,
right,
let's
right,
go.
right.
Bring it on. So that's what you have to pay attention to. And maybe you're just not aware enough because you got so many other things going on.
Yeah. Okay.
There's always an answer. Always. And if you don't feel like you've gotten it, go back in and ask.
Okay.
Okay. All right. An ancestral guide, usually a family member from your lineage, okay, who's crossed over. And they know you're going to be healing like certain familial patterns. They protect your energy as well. They bring you wisdom. Okay. And then there is the master guide. The master guide, these are highly evolved spiritual beings who guide many people. These are the ascended masters. These are evolved teachers, ancient wisdom keepers. These are those that really get to the nitty gritty of things and help you evolve to the highest level that you want to go here. So they're here helping you with your soul mission, your higher consciousness, and all of humanity's evolution. I don't know how they all keep up, but they do. There's probably millions of them up there doing this, right? Okay. Spirit wants you to know that you can have a minimum of 5 up to 12 guides working with you at different times, depending on what's going on. And the team changes as you grow. Now, they don't usually go by names. They go by an energy signature. But if you ask them for a name, they will give it to you just because they know you're human and it makes you feel a little bit more connected.
I have a question.
Thank you. What do you
I've noticed that when I'm talking to my guides, I always like have to look to my right, like always to my right, and it's a habit. It's become so much of a habit that sometimes it kind of like, why am I doing this all the time? Like I'm talking and then all of a sudden I just turn to my right, like if they're there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
And
because
I'm
they
just
are.
like, it's just weird because it's not even, it's kind of like I just do it.
Yeah, that's because that's where they predominantly are.
Okay.
And if you'll notice, Rachel, you'll be able to hear from that side more.
Yes.
You'll be able to even peripherally see from that side more. The right side of the brain is also the side that is intuitive.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sorry,
So
it's a
yeah,
beautiful thing, yeah.
so
Um,
this is
I
not unusual.
No, it's not. It's just it's beautiful experience. Sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear them?
Yes, sometimes I hear on my left ear a lot, but I see like I just see the images like it's
Yeah.
just like a flash or like little tingling stars or
Yep.
and it's sometimes I know they're there, but sometimes I kind of freak out, so I'm like, okay, Rach, okay, Rach. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry. It's just I get emotional when I'm talking about it.
No, that's okay. That's okay. The last guide that we're going to talk about is you. Your higher self is guiding and orchestrating this whole thing. Your soul's highest intelligence is guiding everything, and that is your higher self. So it's great we have all these helpers. It's great we have these guides and the masters and the teachers and all of that. And they are so willing to help and be there for you. But remember, the answers all reside within you. They're actually helping you get to those answers. Because getting you there and you going, aha, is more important than them telling you the answer. Right? It's going to stick when it's the aha moment, as opposed to somebody just giving you answers. Okay. Now, I suggest if anybody does this work that I do, you definitely have a gatekeeper or a bouncer at the door. Okay? I don't know, that went like this, I think, but okay. Anyway, so the thing about guides, if you're not like seeing an image or a silhouette or anything like that, they want you to know that sometimes when they first come in, they come in symbolically, not necessarily in form. Okay. So it could be a light, it could be little lights, right? It could be it could be a spirit animal. It could be physical as well, like a monk or a grandmother or a teacher, a warrior, anybody that's been with you before. They all have or take on some sort of archetype that you understand and that you're ready to embody yourself. It actually helps the mind to understand it so that you're not confused. So has anybody experienced that where they've seen the guide as something other than just lights? Or yeah, Monica, you've
Yeah, I see them, like it was strange the one night there was a snowstorm and nobody was here.
Mm,
And I've been in this house 3 years now. And, I know that the brother's here and the the grandmother sometimes, but it was somebody that I didn't know.
okay.
So, but I didn't feel like unsafe, but it was strange because I don't usually allow that. Like, I try to set boundaries of, you know,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. So then I knew it was somebody that needed help, but I talked with them and then all of a sudden they left. But there's a lot of times I'll feel like my head, like somebody's touching me, you know,
Yeah.
or I'll see them like I see you. I mean, it just depends.
Right. Depends on what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, a lot of people are opening up to this. Ones that don't even necessarily aren't even on the path, but they're just starting to see stuff and open up, and they're questioning everything because of it, because it's like brand spanking new to them. And of course, there's ways to connect to these energies, ways to protect yourself and connect to them. One way is to go into a temple. Like you place yourself in a temple, and when you're in there, you get to call them. We would probably benefit from doing some guided meditation around that, just to connect your energy to theirs. But you don't want to force anything. You just want it to come naturally. Your imagination is what takes over and allows it to come through. So if you're seeing things, or even if you invoke the vision, by you invoking it, allows it to unfold. So don't think, oh, well, I did that. Yeah, you did it because you're visualizing. That's okay. You can begin the process, they'll take over. Then you'll have a whole 20 minutes of them speaking to you or working with you. Has anybody ever got a name that they work with? Janet, who do you got?
This was a long time ago. I got the name Adrian.
Adrian. Okay. Anybody else get a name?
I did receive for my ancestral guide was Lupita.
Okay.
Actually it's a male guide, so I was confused on that. But yeah, it's weird because it varies many times when I'm around. Like at times I don't listen to it, like
Okay.
it comes to me randomly and out of the blue. Sometimes I keep saying it, like if they're around me, and then there's times when I don't say it at all. So
Okay. Yeah. You mean the name doesn't feel masculine to you? That's why it's
well,
confusing?
no, I asked if it was a male or female, and it was told to me that it was male. So
Gotcha.
that's why I was kind of confused. And since I'm in Lang culture, I kind of understand that. But it was weird because I said, "Well, is this a female or male?" And they said male. So
Yeah.
then now I understand that.
Because they don't distinguish between like
Yeah.
feminine, masculine, that's not part of their thing.
Yeah, so
So
I guess it was just kind of like but I hear it all the time. Like I guess when they're around me, I just keep hearing the name. So I
yeah.
keep saying it within me. I keep saying it, and I was just like, I know, okay, I am aware here they hear. It's
Mhm.
just
Well,
it's
chanting will help invoke them.
okay.
If you do some chanting or singing, or just listening to like Gregorian chants, or um, you know, classical music, that kind of stuff invokes them to come.
Okay, yeah, I was listening to classical a lot, and I guess that helps me a lot, but I have to be in solitude a lot because I have to reboot from my everyday
Yeah,
work,
yeah,
and that's the only way I can be able to, because it's a lot.
yeah. So I've had experiences where maybe one day I'm sitting and all of a sudden I feel a Native American archetype in back of me, and I go, okay, is this for me or for somebody I'm going to be working with today? And they'll let me know, and then I'll feel a warrior energy, or a teacher, or somebody that's done healings and they're in spirit. So that doesn't mean they're attached to me for the duration. That means in that moment, I needed them for something, or the person I'm working with needed them. Does that make sense? So, you can be working with a tribe of energies on a daily basis if you chose to. All right. Questions, anybody? Go, Lynn.
So during COVID, I was laying in bed one night and I felt a breath on my neck. And
Mm,
that was like the first time I've ever experienced anything like that. And I know that I had asked you about it later, and you said that was your grandmother. She was letting you know that everything's okay. But it was interesting to me, like I've never had an experience like that since. And now that I know what it was, I'm kind of like, oh, I wish something like that would happen again.
okay. So then you have to ask, right?
Okay.
Now, when it's usually an ancestor, it'll feel very familiar. The energy feels like so deeply familiar, like you've known them forever.
Hmm.
That's the kind of energy that'll come through. Now, if it scares you in that moment, then all like the brain goes, fuck, like what was that? And then it shuts down, and you can't figure out who it was because already you got anxiety over it. Okay. But usually there's an instant recognition of, oh yeah, that's my grandmother. Like the other day I smelled my mother's mother. I was only 4 when she passed, but
Wow.
her smell, every so often I'll get that whiff and I'll go, oh, Grandma Rose, what's doing? Like what do you need? Or maybe she needs to tell me something, maybe, whatever it is. So that's usually like you said, you felt the breathing, right? If you
Yeah.
if you could sit still for a second and just feel into it to know if it's connected like familial or not. Okay.
Yeah. And it was one of those things, like it was the first time that it had ever happened to me, and it didn't scare me. I just was like, wow, that someone is with me.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a calm, like I didn't roll over, I didn't react. I recognized
Mm-hmm.
the sensation and absorbed it, but I was like, what was that?
Mm. That's just their way of getting your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, has anybody ever tried like past life regression or things? Yeah. So a lot of times your guides will come through when you're doing hypnosis or past life regression, and they will actually appear historically to, like, let's just say they took you back to like 1920s. Well, the guide will appear in that lifetime wearing whatever people wore in that lifetime, and they'll walk you through that lifetime. And it might just be your higher self doing it, right? You might just be connecting to you and your higher self in that lifetime. So that's also possible. Sometimes they will show you a scene, like when you're meditating, they will show you a scene, a landscape, a village, people, short flashes of imagery first before they begin to communicate with you to get you comfortable. Has anybody ever experienced that? Okay. Well, you will by the time we're done. I'll be dragging your asses through it. All right. When, especially a family member, when they're one of your guides, you also can tell because they are truly emotionally invested in helping you. Okay. It's almost like they feel they're protective of you because they're family. They cheerlead you. They're very patient when maybe if they were here, they wouldn't be patient. But on the other side, they have patience because they don't have their ego. Okay.
Rita, can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
I like recently, and it's like happening more and more, and I always figure it's guides, but like I do see like like I'll be sitting quietly and I'll almost see like a shadow of a person kind of, but then when I look up it's gone.
Yeah.
Or I will see different thing, like even just something kind of float by or whatever, and it always makes I can kind of sense that it's something. So are there different guides like in different forms that you can like sometimes I feel like it might actually be like spirit guide, like person energy, but sometimes I feel like the guides may not be.
So it may not be necessarily your spirit guide in that
Okay.
moment. It may be just that you're open psychically and you're
Okay.
picking up energies.
Okay.
So a lot of people that are starting to understand that their psychic senses are opening, they'll start to see little flashes of light or a silhouette, or it could even be like a full-on person,
Okay.
and then they're gone.
Right.
That's just you opening up to your psychic senses. Doesn't necessarily have to be your guide.
Got it. Okay.
Okay,
Is
they're just
that's
showing you, look, you're open.
yeah, it's because it's happening. It would happen every once in a while, but now it seems like it's happening a lot if I'm just sitting quietly or whatever. It seems to almost happen almost every night.
I'm not surprised because, again, with what's going on around the earth, people are opening up instantaneously now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, especially those that have been waiting for this kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
maybe timing just wasn't right for them to be ready to do this, and now it is.
Okay.
Because everything is evolving at such a rapid pace. Those of us who are oscillating into that fourth dimension and holding the light, those of us who are grounding the light all over the earth, it's not just here in the Northeast, but everywhere, they're making it possible now for others. They're making it possible now for others to open up because the frequency is much higher on the
Okay.
earth. Whereas when it began many moons ago, not as many people were psychically open because they weren't ready, or we weren't ready as a collective to be that. Now I'm telling you, everybody is opening up to some degree or another, depending on what they came here to do.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like you have another question.
I just along the same lines, I just I used to always hear someone like it would always be when I was sleeping and it would wake me up because it'd be calling my name.
Yeah.
And I would wake up and it's so much so that I would kind of shout out and be like, what do you need? Because I occasionally I thought when I was living with my sister, I thought my sister was calling out my name and I'd be like, well, what do you want? And I literally screamed that out. And thankfully she never woke up because her room was farther away than mine. But I haven't had in a while. So I'm kind of wondering why it was happening at one point and it's not happening now.
Usually they if they want to get your attention about something,
Uh-huh.
it'll be consistent.
Okay.
Those are like little nudges that you need to then go in, like we do when we do like little meditations. You need to go in and talk to them and ask,
Okay.
instead of if something, I always say, if something happens 3 times, you better pay attention.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Happens once, happens twice, you're like, third time, hone in,
Okay.
because they really need to tell you something. All right. Monica, you got a question?
I was just going to say, like, about my son. He's going to be 15 soon.
Yeah.
And he's, like an extreme empath, psychic, medium. But I feel like he's really coming into his gifts now.
Oh,
Because
he's talking to you about it?
well, he's always kind of like, we'll look in each other's eyes and we could just tell and not even talk.
Mm.
So I do talk with him about it. And he's always been born with crystals and oils and, essential oils and stuff. But somebody hit me, I don't know, 2 months ago, maybe at a quick check. And I was parked. So I didn't get hurt. Nobody got hurt. But he was coming home from school and I was just calling him to say, I'm not going to be home right now. You know, I'm okay. Everybody's all right. But so he said, I just had a, I guess, premonition.
Mm,
He thought somebody was going to hit him, but he was like, you know, honing in on me being hit.
yeah.
So I was like, wow, like I got to really start explaining it, but not push it, but you know, encourage it.
Yeah, of
Nobody knew what
course.
was going on my whole life. Nobody taught me. My
No.
my grandmother taught me. You know, I grew up with my Italian grandmother, my great grandmother that was Italian, and not that it matters that they're Italian, but they were all gifted.
Yeah.
So my mother's mother taught me, but you know,
Yeah, the gifted ones, the gifted ones, even my grandmother, but you know, they had a lot of superstition as well.
yeah, they used to do the oil in the water,
Yeah. Yeah.
the Italian horn and
They
everything.
believed in all of that. Absolutely. Listen, sure, people could wish you, you know, bad, of course. I mean, that's so you protect yourself. That's what you do, right?
But what I'm saying is, I think like it's going along the lines of what we're saying. Like, you know, I think I was younger, but I think it's just when it's your time, it's your time.
The kids today, I'm telling you,
Or
are,
like, you know, right?
yeah, kids today are coming in unbelievably psychic. The kids that are being born, they're way ahead of us beyond. Some of them can't even handle. They came to try and, you know, help us here, and some of them just they just don't want to be bothered. These are the kids that can't even sit in the classroom.
Right,
They're just like, this is peanuts because they're so evolved,
right.
you know?
But then they'll label them as ADH because they don't.
Right.
Right.
Oh yeah, of course. They're on the spectrum, they got ADD, ADHD. And I'm not saying that doesn't exist. Of course it does.
Right.
But that nobody, it's like everybody and their mother is on, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to distinguish anymore.
Yep.
So, all right. So before we're born, our guardian angels are with us. So they escort the soul into the physical world. Okay. They help guide the transition from the spiritual realm into the human life. And when kids are born, when we're born, and when everybody's born, the veil is, you're more still in spirit than you are grounded here, to be quite honest with you. Okay. So they make sure you stay on track with your contracts. They're guiding the soul before you get here. They're helping guide you to the right family. They're making sure that you get stable here so that you can start doing your work. Even though they can't, again, breach free will, there's trauma when children are being, when children are in the womb. So they come in immediately with the trauma. Some things are taken in from their past life that need to be worked out in this life. But again, your guardian angel is here to help you do all of that, even before you get here. And so the kids that you know, they'll say, oh, my invisible friend, right? And they have names for them or whatever. These are their, you know, these are their little companions. That they're spirit guides or their guardian angels or whoever, or family member. That's who they're talking to. The animals, when they're, you know, all of a sudden they look up, like babies, like infants will just look up and stare and smile. You know, they're seeing someone, they know. Okay. What else? What else we got? Anybody else have questions?
I don't have a question, but can I just tell a great story along the lines of what you were saying?
Yes.
There, my parents' best friend. So I was born in Rhode Island, and my parents' best friends there owned a farm, and they had a lot of fields of wildflowers. And there was this one field that had like this huge rock in the middle of it. And they had a daughter who was about my age, but a little younger. And so when she was around 4, she was hanging out at this rock, and she came back, and her mom said, what are you doing? Whatever. She says, oh, I was talking to the Indian. So back then they didn't, you know, they called them Indians, not Native Americans. And she said, I was talking to the Indian, and then they found out later that that was like an Indian burial ground there.
Mm,
And this
yeah.
girl was 4. She was just, real, like too young to cognate.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she
Of
didn't know
course.
any of that. But I thought that that was kind like, I wouldn't say in that instance that it was a guide necessarily, but like when you're talking about children and being so close to the other side, that they just see things and accept them. And then in us, like why is it that we grow out of that? If we have that receptivity, if we're born with it, why do we grow out of it?
Because if we usually if a child has it and the family is not receptive to this kind of stuff, they'll help shut that down. That's one thing. Reasoning steps in at the age of 7, and it can shut it down as well. Because the subconscious mind is recording, and by the time you hit the age of 7, everything that's been recorded from the minute the minute you were born till that time is everything you need to survive in that moment, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. You know what I mean? And so that's usually what shuts it down. Family like that doesn't understand, teachers that don't understand, and you're having these experiences and you just know not to say anything and you shut it down. Some kids may get afraid when they're
Yeah.
experiencing it and they shut it down themselves.
Well, so then from the other side, how do they work if we are not consciously acknowledging their presence?
They're always working, even if they come in our dream state. Even if we can't acknowledge them in that state, they can come in our dream state and work with us. We astral travel all the time when we're in our dream state to go to wherever we need to get the help that we need. We may not remember it when we get up, but it's in us innately. It's a matter of triggering it. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. Nadine, you got questions?
I don't have any experience with guardian angels, but I think I get turned off sometimes by my being afraid of my imagination that, I'm not going to trust like last week, my spirit guide was no issue with spirit guide and family and connections, ancestry.
Mhm.
That's not a problem. That's easy. I can see everybody. We're fine. But the guardian angels and the master guide and the guides just seem like somebody else's story, like I don't,
Yeah.
it seems like a fable. I don't even know how to get down that hallway, but
Right.
I'm okay with it being revealed and being in a space where I'm open to asking for it. So I'm just thinking
Yeah.
I'll
So
get it.
so so we have let's just look at it this way for a second, Nadine. You have the energy of God. How do you describe God? How would you describe it?
Well,
Even though you've never seen you've never seen it.
God is a flow of purple and white, a river that flows and I can tap into it. And that's God. My God looks like that. And it's all encompassing. It's everywhere. It's in everyone. It's omnipotent. Like it's just,
Okay, so
and I believe I'm God, and you're God, and all of
right.
us here are God. So it's like that's why I have trouble with these like forms that I got to come up with.
Yeah, so it's a consciousness, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Right. So just imagine that these energies are a form of consciousness that were given names. They're just higher consciousness that were given names that were and I'm going to tell you, there's some people, Nadine, that don't even believe in them. They don't believe in angels, archangels, or anything. They just believe in pure consciousness. And there's nothing wrong with that. So it really depends on how you were raised, right? What you were brought up to believe, if that even feels right to you.
It doesn't feel right. The consciousness feels right and the spirit guides feel right. But I do feel like it's like it doesn't feel natural to, but I like what you said about signatures and that there could be an emanation from that cosmic river that comes up for a healing or a specific job that's like, hey, over here, pay attention, you know, we got to do this. I'm here for you. That I can go with, and it fits my framework.
That's great. And that's all you have to understand, because it really, quite honestly, I go over these things to give you the information, but I never say to people, this is what it is. This is what you have to believe, because that's just what it is. It's not true. Everybody's belief system is different, and what they're comfortable with is different. And that's why we have a safe space here for people to, like you, to say, hey, you know, I don't jive with that. Nobody's going to say, hey, are you crazy? Like, this is, you better be jiving with it. You know what I mean? So, for me, coming from a very staunch Catholic background, right?
Me too.
Right? So,
Yeah, Catholic, Italian Catholic, the whole, you know.
forget it. It's like you were doomed from the minute you were born. So,
Well, yeah,
you
but
gotta
you know what I like about the part about that I take from Catholicism is the Madonna or the Mother
Sure.
and that energy. And I have lots of, you know, photos in my mind of the Madonna and that pure part of her. It's taking away the story, but that there's that pure feminine energy. So, I mean, there's things I can take from that background that
100%.
work for me.
Her son, and Mary Magdalene were the only ones I said, okay, let's go. The rest of them I left behind.
Maybe somebody else that was around the manger, but yeah, probably that's about it.
Yeah,
Separate.
anything that felt like scary or fearful, I said it doesn't feel right to me. If it emanated love, I can, you know, I can deal with that. But if it emanated fear, I didn't want to have anything to do with it. So I just want to know right now, a show of hands, who's eating meat on Fridays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I love you all. It's fantastic. Not that you need to eat. Listen, everybody does it different.
It's a habit. I mean, I come from Mexico, so Catholic is like completely like something that you have to. I mean, but I think it's just a habit. Because I'm looking for fish, but I mean, I have eaten meat before. It's just like it just comes naturally sometimes.
No,
I'm like, let me
I
get
get
something.
it. It's like ingrained. I get it. And even like older generations in the Italian Catholic, it was every Friday. It wasn't just during Lent. Every Friday, right? And then what happened? Somebody came up with said, "Hey, you're 65. It's all right. You can have meat now."
I never understood that because fish is meat. It's a
Fish is
protein.
meat?
It is meat. Fish is meat. If it bleeds, it's meat. So
Well, there you have it, Elaine. I mean, seriously,
I never
I'm ready
understood
to
that
go to the
whole.
Vatican and just blow it right up now. I just tell them. My friend Elaine said,
it's meat. It is meat. It's a
they make
protein.
shit up.
It's got a face. It bleeds. I'm sorry. That's meat. So what? Why is it okay to eat that kind of meat as opposed to a cow
I agree with
or a rabbit or a deer? I don't get it.
agree with you because I'm vegetarian 40 years. 40 years. I'm 54.
Yeah.
There you go.
People say, "What do you eat?" I said, "Anything with eyes." I mean, how else do you explain it? Oh, fish and chicken. Like, to me, it's all
Right.
as a
If
con.
it's
I get
As
it.
a conscious,
yeah,
everything has a
if it's got a
consciousness.
face,
Yes.
it's a
Everything's
meat.
got a consciousness. These crazy people coming up with this shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's all right though. Listen, you know what happened? The Italians probably said, "Listen, we need to make a few dollars off of this pizza." So, let's just say we can't eat meat on Friday. Everybody go get pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Um,
I'm good with that.
okay.
Pizza Fridays has always been a good thing for me.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but seriously, Nadine, this was great because by you saying what you said, it really opened it up to beliefs. Your beliefs are your beliefs. Nobody should tell you what to believe or how to believe it or what exists or what doesn't exist. You think we all fully know what's out there? The consciousness is vast. We don't. I'm constantly learning about it. And I pray every week to Spirit going, please help me to be the teacher I need to be for these people, for you guys. Right? Because I don't know everything. I'm just learning just like you are. Yes, do I know I've done this work for a long time now, so I do know certain things and I'm able to relay that. But I'm saying I'm also learning as I go along. So don't feel like, everybody questions, and Spirit loves when you question. They love it. Question them, whatever it is. They want you to do that because they want you to open up your energy to other things. Nadine, have you ever heard of the Palladians?
Yes, but I don't know what I don't, yeah, the word, and probably I knew at some point, but I deleted it for some other memory.
Okay, so just as an example, they are another ancient energy, consciousness, right? They have a certain form to them. They look a certain way. They're part of the extraterrestrial
Oh,
energies. Okay, again, they are consciousness, a part of a vast consciousness. They're not the only ones. We're not the only ones that exist, right? Other beings have to exist. So this is what I'm just trying to show you, that it's not just one thing or another. There's so much to discover.
and quantum reality, which is just another thing that'll push you over the edge. That something's happening at the same time, the same thing, and then maybe it's when those two worlds come close together that you're getting stuff. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
just put on your seatbelt. That's what I say. Just put on your seatbelt and keep your mind open, and anything
enjoy the
can
ride.
happen. Yeah, because it's just
Enjoy the ride.
It's
Ask for the
wacky.
protection so that as you're going for the ride, you're protected. Debbie, go ahead, hon. I can't hear you, sweetie.
That's
Go
because
ahead.
somebody forgot to unmute. I think I did this last week too.
That's all right.
I don't think there's any absolutes about anything.
No,
For a
you're right.
long time, I mean, I have questioned, is there really anything out there? Or is it like going, hello, into some vast void? And to this day, I mean, I vacillate on my opinions about it. Sometimes I feel there is, other times I think there is, but I'm too thick or blocked to
Right.
sense stuff. And in all honesty, at my age, what I can say is I was born in the state of infancy, progressed to the state of confusion, and I'm still there. So, what can I
I love
say?
that. I love
That
that.
was my former husband's saying. He had some rather
Oh.
pithy little cute sayings. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was one of them.
Yeah.
But I got that because, I've sought different things, probably for emotional security and stability all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really actually felt that I got it, so to speak. So,
Right.
so I'm still
Right.
seeking.
Well, and we all are. And the beautiful part is, daily you get, each day you get another shot at seeking whatever it is you're looking for, you know. And you will know when it's the right timing, you will know what it is. I just had a brain fart. I was gonna say something, totally went out of my head. But all right. Oh my God, it's 8:30. All right. So this was fab. Did everybody enjoy?
Yes.
Yes.
Lynn, go girl.
Thank you, Rita, and thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
I appreciate
So we've talked about angels guardian, but this was different. This was different. We took a little bit of a different turn with this, which was nice. So you guys know that if there's anything you want to learn, you could always put it in Patreon. You can email me if you need to. You could even text me if you have my number. Just anything you want to go over or learn. But next week, really important. I hope you guys come because the stuff she was saying to me, I'm like, everybody has to know about this. Okay. So, same bad channel, same bad time. All right. Love you guys.